Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we're back in SpinTires Mudrunner, and we have something very, very important to talk about. Now, if you play SpinTires Mudrunner regularly, or if you download a lot of mods, or, well, subscribe to a lot of mods in the Steam Workshop at least, you may have noticed some of your mods disappearing from inside the game. And there's a reason for that. There's an absolute reason for that. And before we go any further into that, I'm going to go ahead and, let you guys know that as I'm setting all of this, as I'm, describing this to all of you guys, I'm going to be towing basically the Camel Trophy Land Rover around in this Ford truck, or, well, with this Ford truck using a trailer. So, that's going to be the gameplay that's going on in the background, but the main thing is that we've got to talk about this right now. So, main thing at hand here. Now, basically, without getting into any details that are way too, that are either unnecessary or too complicated, basically, I can put it very simply for you guys. People have been stealing mods and re-uploading them to the Steam Workshop. Now, mod theft is not necessarily a new thing, but a lot of people, it's gotten to the point where there's a lot of modders in Mudrunner now that have started to straight up take their mods down because they don't want them to get stolen. Now, this has to stop because this is not something that promotes modding. This is not something that promotes the sharing of mods among everybody in the community. All this does, literally all this does is makes modders not want to release mods. And I know that a lot of modders may not see eye to eye on everything, but if there's one thing they see eye to eye on, this is it. And to be honest, I'm sure even though everybody from the DCMT guys to Spun and Brute and all of those guys and the Forces guys, all that kind of stuff, everybody, that does not help anybody in the modding community. It actually makes them want to either make their mods private or take their mods down. And I mean, a lot of people CCS hasn't even done any modding in Mudrunner because people started stealing his mods and bringing them into Mudrunner straight from the get-go. So a lot of this has gone on from the beginning, and CCS had to deal with it a lot. And it does not promote people wanting to keep modding the game because they're like, why would I mod the game if I'm going to get my work stolen? So you got to think about it from that standpoint and think about where these guys are coming from. Now, really, the only thing that you guys the only thing that I can do about this, or that you guys can do about this as a community, the things that we can do as a community, really the only thing that we can do as a community is to not download stolen mods. And I know that can kind of be a little bit difficult to wrap your head around, because if you're new to the community, you might not know what is stolen and what isn't stolen. And the real issue is that, because somebody that's just getting into Mudrunner is going to go on the workshop and they're just going to see, oh, cool mod, I'm going to download it. And they don't realize that mod has been stolen. And that's kind of sad, because there's no, well, it's not kind of sad, it is sad, because then the original creator of that mod doesn't get the actual credit that they deserve for their mod that they spent hours and hours and hours making for someone to rip and then re-upload. So main thing that I think is the best thing to do is, guys, if you remember a mod or you recognize a mod and you know that the person that uploaded it is not the owner of that mod, don't download it. Do not download that mod. There's no reason to download a stolen mod. And to be honest, even if your favorite mod goes away and then somebody else re-uploads it and says it's legit, don't download it. It's not a legit mod. And that is the only way that we will, frankly, be able to make it known that we as a community will not support stolen mods. I, for one, will not support stolen mods. I refuse to download them. I refuse to use them. I refuse to show them in videos. And I think that mod theft is something that should not under any circumstances go unchallenged. So definitely have strong feelings about it, because honestly, when you get to know a community really, really well, and you get to know the people in that community, like the SpinTires modding community, I mean, I didn't really know as many people back in the first game as I do now, but the amount of people that I know now in the community is actually pretty good sized, and people in the modding community, and there's nothing that they want to deal with less than having to, oh, we can't drive it off that trailer. Oh, God. I forgot that this thing was really good at keeping vehicles on the trailers. I guess we'll I guess we'll leave it on the trailer for now. Well, no, you know what I want to do? I want to drive the Land Rover, so I'm going to put the ramps down. I'm going to start this truck up and then put the ramps down. But yeah, it doesn't help the community at all when people are sharing and downloading and re-uploading like stolen mods, because honestly, like when a mod gets stolen for the first time, then that's one thing, but when it starts to oops, I did not mean to detach the trailer, that's for sure. Well, regardless, this thing's coming off now. But the main thing is, it's like when a mod gets stolen for the first time, it's like okay, well, you can kind of, if you catch it quick enough, you can either report that mod, or you can be like, oh, this is stolen, I'm not going to download it. But when a mod gets stolen and re-uploaded, and then gets stolen and re-uploaded again, and then again, and then again, that's when it gets way out of hand, because at that point you really don't have any clue what's a stolen mod anymore. And I would really, really like for that to not happen in the Mudrunner community, because I love this modding community. This modding community drives this game. This modding community drives this game for me. It drives my interest in this game. It drives a lot of the viewership in this game. And I think, I mean, you guys that watch my channel, a lot of you are here for the Mudrunner mods. And it's kind of a shame that people are going to all the trouble to steal these mods, re-upload them, and then claim them as their own. And some people are claiming them as their own. Other people are like supposedly leaving links to the original creator. And that's, I mean, even that in and of itself, if you do not have explicit permission from the original creator of a mod to re-upload that mod, then you just shouldn't re-upload it. That's the long and short of it. That mod should not be re-uploaded if you do not have explicit permission from the mod creator. And that is my personal stance on it, and that does not change, ever. So, these mods, you have to remember, are creative works of their creators, and they need to be respected, and they should not be stolen, and should not be just, thrown around and re-uploaded like there's some random thing. So, these people put hours and hours and hours into these mods, and for someone to steal it and re-upload it is a pretty scummy thing to do. So, make sure to not download any stolen mods. If you know a mod is stolen, either, like, you can either report that mod, or you can, just completely avoid it and not download it. Or if you have friends that play the game, that download mods as well, tell them not to download it because it's stolen. So, remember, keep these mod creators, like, support these mod creators by downloading their stuff. Like, seriously, support these mod creators by downloading their stuff so they make more mods, and so they want to make more mods. I've talked to some of them that because these mods, or so many of their mods have gotten stolen, they don't want to make mods anymore. So, you have to think about it from that perspective of, like, when people start stealing mods and re-uploading them, it literally makes the actual mod creators not want to make more mods, because they're either concerned that someone's going to steal them, or they know someone's going to steal them. So remember to keep that in mind. And that's I know this is going to be a little bit of a shorter video, and it's not really focused on one specific vehicle, but it's more focused on the community as a whole, because we as a community need to realize that these guys put so much time and effort into making these mods, and when people steal them and re-upload them, it really does nothing for the community. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit different, but make sure you leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what y'all thought of it, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button for more daily videos in your inbox on your subscription page, and I'll see y'all next time. Talk to you guys later.